Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for April 7th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in the markets today. First up, we got our June live cattle on the board. Today, we did see a little bit of downside here in this cattle market, both live and feeder prices getting a pullback underway here, as we did see some offers coming in below those prior day lows. This June live contract seeing a little bit of a breakdown here, finishing the day down here near 245.5. This thing has just seen a pretty impressive rally here over the last 7 or so days. Pretty strong march all the way up here into new all-time highs for this June live contract. This market just did poke up into some overbought territory. Seeing this thing get a little bit extended here is just prime territory for the bears to step in and try and get a little bit of a pullback underway. With this market closing where it did here today, we expect to see continued pullbacks down here into the low 240s and maybe even into these rising moving averages here. But we should see plenty of good support here in the days to come. These rising moving averages should offer good support from price from below, and we should see this thing continue to climb here, as we do have a nice little uptrend intact here in this cattle market. Things have been looking pretty strong here over the last week or two, and we expect to see this upside continue here over the long term. This near-term pullback here could just offer a little bit of downside over the next couple days. However, we did get some news coming out late today that we did get a temporary ceasefire put into place, so that, like we're seeing over here in the stock market, could offer a little bit of a boost to this cattle market here tomorrow as well. We'll just have to wait and see how this market responds to that. But technically speaking, this thing is kind of set up for a little bit of a pullback here at the moment. We should see dips be good buying opportunities. This uptrend remains intact, and we should see these cattle prices continue to climb here over the long term. In the near term, we could see a little bit of downside just to offer a pullback, but should be short-lived here, as we should see this cattle market keep on pushing up into new all-time highs. Next up, we have our May feeders on the board. A little bit more weakness in this feeder market here today after yesterday did balance out near 370. Prices did flush all the way back down here, closing at 366.42. This market also just seeing some overextended territory up here that is just seeing a little bit of a pullback here. Big picture uptrend still remains intact. We should see good support down in here towards the low 360s and find good support at these averages as they come climbing up into price here as well. Like I said, news here this evening may offer a little bit of a bounce off of on the open here tomorrow, so we'll just have to wait and see what kind of reaction we get to that news as we open up tomorrow. But in the near term, we could see a little bit of downside as this thing pulls back, but dips should be good buying opportunities. We expect to see this cattle market keep on climbing here into the month of April. Next up, May corn futures slipping here today. Prices did just hang right around that prior day's range before settling back and closing down there below 450. Opening up a breakdown here as this market did fail after seeing this temporary range get carved out here. With that close below 450 and tonight's gap down and go, we should see this corn market start to slip a little bit more back down here into the 430s. This thing has been one of the most directionless markets I've seen in a while. Not really expecting a whole lot of good movement here. This thing has just been pretty choppy, and not really expecting any big major directional moves. Just expect to see this corn market continue to hang out here in the mid $4, in the mid $4 range. Next up, we got our crude oil on the board. As we can see here, that Iran news coming in and really slashing oil prices here, already down nearly 15% here in the evening session. We did see this thing trade as low as 91 here this evening, after spending the day trading up there above 110. This crude market is just going to be very responsive to any sort of news. Ceasefire obviously opening up some selling pressure here. Expect to see some wide ranges as this market digests this volatility and all this recent news. We continue to trade inside this March 9th range here, which is a pretty wide $40 range, but we still expect to see some good volatility and back and forth action in this crude market while it digests all this news. And equity markets seeing a good rally here today. Prices did see initial downside. However, bulls just kept on stepping in and offering support down here in the sub 6,600 range. Price seeing a nice little snapback here into the close today, as the bulls were anticipating this news we got here. Bulls set up with that close above 6,650, opened the doors to some upside. That's exactly what we saw here. Price leading the news there as it got that nice strong close, opening the door to this nice little bullish breakout here. Obviously, the news coming in here is like throwing fuel on the fire, so we got this nice little spike here, up between 2.5% and 3% here across our indexes. NASDAQ up the most, back above 25,000 for the first time in a couple weeks. Dow, each of our indexes all climbing back up, recapturing some of our major averages here, at least in the evening session. We'll have to wait and see what kind of response this market gets as it goes into tomorrow, see if this thing is accepted. But we still have a lot of messy charts in these major components. This thing definitely has some good upside here in the near term, but we need to see some better bases get carved out here and a little bit better structure. This thing is set up nicely though here for a potential rally, and we could try and get this uptrend back on track. We want to see how this thing holds up throughout the remainder of the week, make sure that ceasefire deal is legit. If we continue to see good accumulation and bases being built from those major components, this could open the door to some upside and take this market back up towards those all-time highs. So have to wait and see how this thing responds throughout the rest of the week, but we are setting up here nicely here so far in the evening session. If we can see a nice close up here above 2% on some increasing volume tomorrow, that would offer up a new follow-through day, which could kick off a new uptrend. So keep an eye out for that here before this week is up. Thank you everyone for tuning in here tonight. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.